Shut down the eyes. Check in with yourself. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. Just listen to the rhythm of your own breath. Not changing or contorting in any way. And ask yourself what the heck you've been up to today, the past couple of weeks, amongst all of the chaos and uncertainty and grief revolving around the virus. Take note of how you feel, how you've been feeling. How have you been spending your time? Notice how, for some of us, this time has affected us, positively and negatively. Of course, it's okay to be lazy at times and recharge ourselves. But be conscious if you're becoming static. It is Newton's law of inertia. An object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion. Okay. So let's move the breath. Start to take deeper breaths in and out of the nose. And take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up your lungs. And then exhale out of the mouth. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, maybe elongating the spine just a little bit more, and then exhale out of the mouth. Now seal the lips and start to create Ujjayi breath. Long inhales and exhales, in and out of the back of the nose and throat. And start to move the breath deeper into the belly. With every inhalation, feel the rib cage expand laterally. With every exhale, feel the ribs pull tighter in towards the midline. If ever during these 60 minutes, give or take a couple of minutes, you feel like it's ever too much, or you've lost your breath, take a step back, take a child's pose, and join back in when you're ready. Start to flutter the eyes open. Move the shoulders up and down, rolling backwards, and then forwards. Seeing what type of mobility you have today. You can switch it up and do one, and then the other. And then bring your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, and start to straighten through the elbows, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Start to lift the chin on the inhalation. And then on your exhalation, come back to neutral, placing your fists on your right hip, and then drop the right ear over towards the right. And you can move your head up and down, getting into the side of the neck. Feel for your sweet spot, where you might need to breathe in a little bit more space. Take one more full breath here. Bring your arms behind your back. Flip the grasp, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, look towards the sky. And then exhale, back to center. Bring the fist over to the left side and drop the left ear down. Tuck the left elbow in so that the shoulder blade lies flat on your back. And breathe into right side body. Inhale, come back to center. Release the grasp. And come onto all fours, tabletop position. Right away, start to move intuitively, moving through the hips, rolling out the shoulders, working into the wrists. Flip your palms so that the fingers face towards the back of your space. And start to move through some cat-cows with the hands flipped. Inhaling, the gaze up, belly drops, tail lifts, and exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin. Inhale for your cow, arching the back, and exhale, cat. Once more, inhale, and exhale. Come back to neutral, flip the palms back to your standard tabletop position, and go through a couple of cat-cows here. Inhaling, the belly drops, gaze lifts, and exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, and exhale, following the rhythm of your own breath. Bring it back to neutral tabletop position. Shift the right knee in towards the right, just a little bit, and lift your left leg back behind you, ankle in line with hip, hips in one line. If you're ready for a little bit more, extend the right hand forward. 2-point tabletop. Pull the ribs in towards the midline. Activate front side body. Pull your fingertips and toes away from one another. One deep inhale here. And exhale, bring your elbow to knee. Round through the spine. Inhale, extend. And exhale, curl it in. Inhale, reach forward, reach back. And exhale, round the spine, maybe forehead to knee. Inhale, extend, and exhale, tabletop. Left knee moves in an inch or two over towards the right. Extend the right leg back. Push the mat away from you and lift up your left hand. and heel away from one another. Take an internal rotation to that right leg, aligning the hips, and then one inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach forward, reach back. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more time for extension. Exhale, tabletop position. As you're ready, tuck the toes under and lift your hips up and back for a first downward facing dog. And right away, pedal out the legs. Notice if there's any areas of extra tension. Drop the head, allow it to be heavy. And start to come into stillness, pressing through the knuckles of your hands, your index finger and thumb. Your hips lifting up towards the ceiling. And it's okay if you have a slight bend in your legs. Press your heels towards your mat. Know that they never actually have to reach the mat. And then inhale your right leg up and back. Go for length more than height. Keeping that internal rotation to the right hip. Lift it even higher. External rotation. Bend into the knee, opening up the hip. Maybe even gaze underneath the left armpit, trying to find the right toes or heel. Lift the right knee higher. Left heel presses into the mat. And then on your exhale, bring the foot on the outside of your right hand. And come into a wide lunge. Move freely through the hips, rocking forward and back, straightening that front leg, maybe taking a couple of bounces, and then settle into this wide runner's lunge. Inhale, your chest open towards the front of your space, gaze shifts up. And then exhale, straighten through both legs. Keep the right foot flexed. A wide pyramid pose. Breathe into the back of the right hamstring. And then bend into the right knee. Plant the left hand down. Open up towards the right of your space. Lifting up through the fingertips. With every exhale, twist open a little bit deeper. And then inhale your hand back down. Pick up your right foot and then shoot it back. Upper push-up plank position. Measure out hips width distance with the feet. Inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, lower down halfway. We're doing push-ups all the way up. Exhale, lower down halfway. Hold it here. Gaze forward, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg up and back. Again, trying to stay even with the hips and an even distribution of weight between both hands and the right foot. Lift the left leg even higher, taking an external rotation to the left hip. Try and stay level through the hands and the shoulders. Lift the left knee even higher, and then exhale the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Again, here, move freely. Maybe Okay, tense up onto the fingertips and see what the side feels like today. You're back in that lunge. Gaze forward, inhaling into front side body. And then exhale, wide pyramid pose. Try and keep the extension long in the back. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back. Keep that left foot flexed, toes pulling back towards your face. And then bend into the left knee. Right hand plants. Left arm towards the front, or the ceiling. Keep lifting up rather than dumping down into the right wrist or shoulder. One more exhale, gaze up if available. And then inhale, plant the left hand down, step the left foot back into an upper push-up plank. And you guessed it, push-ups one more time. Let's try to do 5. All right. Inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, lower down halfway. Almost tricked you. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more, inhale up, exhale down. Hold it here, one inhale. And then exhale, drop all the way towards your mat. Bring your fingertips off of your mat or just about a couple inches in front of your shoulders if you have really tight shoulders. Plant the tops of your feet onto the mat. Inhale, lift up the upper body, gaze shifts up, exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift up. Try to use less of your arms and more of your strong back muscles. Press into the mat with your toenails. And exhale all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up. Float the feet off of the mat. Lift up 2 fingers. And then another 2. And then your last finger. Bring your arms towards your hips, palms face down. Lift up a little bit higher. And then exhale, come all the way onto your stomach. Flipping the palms up towards your hips. A little mini resting point. Going from 100% effort to 0% effort. Then turn your face towards your mat. Plant your hands for another set. Inhale, rise into your cobra. And then exhale all the way down. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Float the feet. Press the toes together. And then start to lift one finger at a time. Can we do it and keep the lift? Keep breathing little sips of air. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Broadening through your collarbones. One more inhale. And exhale. Come all the way down. Flipping the other ear to the mat. Turn your gaze back to center. Plant your hands below the shoulders. Flip your toes under. And lift straight up into plank position. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands and either step or take little mini hops towards the front of your space. Hang heavy in your forward fold, grabbing for opposite elbows. Use your hips to propel yourself back and forth. Shake the head yes and no. Bend slightly into the knees, or as much as you need to plant your ribs on top of your thighs. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking ribs over shoulders, maybe straightening through the legs, 3/4 of the way through. Roll your shoulders down your back, and then head lifts. Take a moment here to close the eyes. Check in with the breath. And then inhale, chair pose. Arms lift overhead. Try and sit as far back as you can without toppling backwards. Use the counterbalance of your arms. If you ever feel like you're going to fall, if your toes are lifting up, remind them to go back down to the mat. Inhale, chest rises a little bit more. Shoulder blades down your back. Notice what you're doing with your face. Can you rest in between the center of your forehead or in between your eyebrows? Maybe cultivate a slight smile. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, right back into it, chair pose. Try and find your edge today. Find your point of focus in the front of your space. Keep pulling up and with your navel. One more inhale for length. Exhale for depth. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Slight reset. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Either step or hop back and travel through your vinyasa. Upper push-up to lower push-up. Up dog to downward facing dog. And take 3 full true breaths here. Look forward between the hands and either take small steps towards the front of your space or little hops. And as you get in your forward fold, move your feet about mat's width distance apart and come into Malasana, a yogi squat. Push your elbows into the inner thighs. Tailbone tucking under, and pull the crown of your head up. Gaze is towards the tip of your nose. twist. Maybe wrap the left arm behind the back. Find a bind, if that's accessible today. Gaze is up if available. One more exhale to twist. And then come back to center. Pushing the knees away from one another. Activating the outer thighs. Plant the left hand down, right arm reaches up for a twist. And then maybe around the back. One more exhale. Come back to center. And then sit on your seat. Adjust a little bit, little break. And then right into a boat pose. Shins can be parallel with the ground, or you can straighten out the legs. Pull up through the center of the chest. Flex the toes. Smooth the breath. Deep inhale here. And exhale into low boat or canoe. Inhale, boat, exhale, canoe. Inhale, high boat, exhale, canoe. Inhale, lift, exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift, exhale, lengthen. Kick the legs. Breath of fire, rapid exhales out of the nose. Five, four, three, two, one. Lift all the way up. Cross the shins in front. Plant the hands. And come back into a child's pose. Allow the body to become soft. As you're ready, come into a tabletop position. Take your time. Move through a few cat-cows, lengthening front side body. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward and travel towards the front of your mat. Take a deep inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then once your exhale arrives, push your hips all the way back. And allow your upper body to fall forward into a forward fold. When your inhale comes, start to rise up through the upper body, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. And then exhale, pass through a passive chair. And come all the way to forward fold. Move through about 3 more of these all on your own. Don't worry about what it looks like. Really try to articulate each and every movement. We'll meet in a forward fold. Step the left leg back. And come down onto the left knee. Heel toe the right foot out towards the right. About mat's width distance between left knee and right foot. You can come onto the edge of the right foot, pushing the right knee open a little bit further. And if you're looking for a little bit more, bend into the left knee and grab for the outside of your left foot. You can also grab a strap if that's more accessible, but continue to kick into your right hand. If you caught the inside of your right foot, keep the gaze down. And if you caught the outside of your left foot, then try and look over your right shoulder, opening up through your front side body. Maybe come down onto the elbow or the forearm. Slowly release the hold. And push back into half splits. Ardha Padmanasana. Keep the right foot flexed. Keep pressure pressing down through the right heel and drive the right hip back, left hip forward. If you feel like you're rounding the spine, come out of it a little bit, elevating the upper body, and then exhale. Find space where you can. Shift your weight forward into a low lunge. Untuck the toes and press into the top part of your left foot. Maybe your knee lifts, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you'd like some blocks to go underneath your hands to elevate your body a little bit for where we're going next. Start to press weight into the top of your left foot. Strong through the left leg. And then maybe float a couple of fingers. And then maybe the entire hand. And then if you're ready, arms reach up overhead. Keep scissoring your legs together and tuck the floating ribs in, taking away any type of C curve in the low back. One more inhale, maybe gaze shifts up. And then exhale, hands come down, left knee comes down, halfway splits, or straight into it, full splits. If you have a block or a blanket nearby, you can place that underneath the right hip for a little bit of support here. Use your breath to slow down your heartbeat. And to calm any sporadic sensations. Here for about 3 more breaths. Really try and stick in this moment. Stay on your mat. onto the fingertips and go for a standing splits on your right leg. Or from this lunge position, reach out in front of you, straight arms, and practice handstand hops or handstand. And just try to hop about 5 times. If you catch a little bit of air, congratulations. And as you land, meet in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Step the right foot back into a low lunge and start to walk the left foot over towards the right, opening up through the left hip and the right hip flexor. And start to bend into the right knee, grabbing for the outside of your ankle or foot or shin. Whatever is accessible for you. Move into the variation that you did on the other side. If something is signaling to you to back out, then please back out. Practice changes every day. You never know what you're going to get, so you might as well try. Softly release the back foot if you had grasp of it. And push back into half splits. This time pushing right hip forward, left hip back. Identifying if there is a curve or rounding in your spine. And pulling through the crown of your head to lengthen. We're here for about 3 more breaths. Just shift weight into the left foot. And come onto the top of the right foot. Press into the top of the right foot, lifting that right knee, if anything lifts. And then place it back down. And then if you want to try again, see if it happens. Straighten through that strong right leg. Float the hands. And maybe arms reach up. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back, scissoring through the inner thighs. Stick with it. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, maybe look up. And exhale, plant the hands down. Thank God that's over. Half splits or full splits, whatever that looks like for you. You never know what you're going to get. eyes closed or a space out in front of you or on your mat. Breathe into back, the left hamstring. Feel for that opening of the right hip flexors. And try to feel lighter in the upper body. One more full, complete breath. Coming out of full splits. And again, coming into standing splits or handstand practice, handstand hops with straight arms. And use your legs to push you, propel you forward, and lifting hips over your shoulders. 5 hops. I think I did one more. Good. And we'll meet in a forward fold. Shake the head yes, nod the head no. And separate the feet so wide that you can sit down comfortably and set up for a seated forward fold. Reach your arms overhead and exhale the upper body towards the ground. If you have really tight hamstrings, you can bend into the knees. This will allow for a more lengthened spine, but continue to keep pushing your chest forward and laying the shoulder blades on the back body. And as you find a little bit more space, maybe legs start to straighten a little bit more. One more deep breath. Slowly come back up. Placing your hips in the center of your mat lengthwise so that when we go back, your head will be cushioned by the mat. Reach your arms out in front of you, heels towards your mat. You can lift your feet if you'd like, or keep them right where they are. And slowly inch back, keeping the spine long. 5, 4, 3, hold it, 2, and drop. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Draw circles with the knees. Wrap your arms around your shins. Tuck your chin to elongate the spine. And rock back and forth, giving the low back a bit of a massage. the soles of your feet together and wrap your fingers and your interlaced fingers around your feet. You can either press in towards your hips, or you can lift them over your chest and pull them in towards your body for a different stretch. Stack ankles or heels over your knees for happy baby. Press into your hands with your feet and your feet into your hands. Keeping this an active pose. Straighten into one leg, keeping the other knee in towards the armpit. The hips towards the ground. And then bend into that knee, straighten through the other. And then switch. And switch. And then place your feet on the mat. We're going to go through a bridge pose or wheel or Dhanurasana. So make your choice. And start to lift up through the hips. If you're in bridge, tuck the shoulders further underneath the back. Lift the hips high. Make sure that there's room between your chin and your chest and the back of your neck and the mat. One more inhale to lift. And then exhale, come all the way towards your mat. As you're ready, move into your Shavasana. Or if there's any other pose that you'd like to finish off class with, go there now. Close your eyes and allow the lips to fall away from one another. Take a full body scan from your toes all the way up towards your head. And stop in areas that you might be holding on to. Can you relax through the joints in your body? Allow your practice to sink in and settle. Let go of any breath control. Simply allowing the body to breathe itself. stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to continue on with your day, start to wiggle through the toes and the fingertips. Breathe a bit more deeper. Rock the head from side to side. Pull the knees in towards the chest. You rock all the way up to seated or pass through a fetal position on either side. Push your way up into a seated position or stay in Shavasana. And bring your hands to heart center, close down the eyes. Thank yourself for making it to your mat today, honoring your practice. Smoothing the lines between body, mind, and emotions. And feeling your way through your breath. Namaste. Thank you.